Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Lakers Lens podcast, episode 18. It's crunch time, Max.
Woo!
It is
Playoff
close
time,
to
dude.
playoff. Yeah. And that's where...
playing time, should we say.
Yeah, of course, we got to talk about that. I was thinking about today how much I hate it. I think it's so dumb. But we can get into that later.
Would you enjoy it, though, if the Lakers weren't in it? Like, would you be saying that still? Like, if the Lakers were in the first seed and we could just chill
Yeah,
and watch?
let me tell you why I think it's stupid.
Okay.
So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, right?
Yeah.
We are 9 games ahead of the Spurs right now. And they're in the 10 seed. So you're telling me if the Spurs win 2 games and we lose 2 games, that they will be in the playoffs?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
They lost 9 more games than us. So why do they get a chance? Why do they get a chance?
COVID.
It's
No
only
one-
10 games, though. We played 72 games.
Well, you got,
It's
I mean...
stu-
well, we have to win. I mean, you would have... If we lose, we still have a chance.
Right, but I just think they should have made it like this. They should have made it if the 9 and 10 seed are within like 5 games of the 8 seed at the end of 72 games,
Okay,
then
I
we
see
do
what
it.
you're saying. All right. I like that. I could go... I get that. That makes more sense.
I mean, let me look at the East.
Or just a 9 and 10... Or, I mean, a 8 and 9 battle.
Right, that's
You know what I mean? Like...
But see, it works for the East because there's only 3 games between the 7 and 10 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But in the West, we're 9 games ahead of the Spurs.
I know. Foul
Like,
trouble, injuries. What if you just get screwed?
How is that fair that your whole season can end in 2 games when you played 9 games better than the 10 seed?
No,
That's all
I know.
I have to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. But you shouldn't lose, though. I mean, God, dude, if we lose...
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get into
I'm
that.
pretty confident, but still, you never know.
But, you know, Max, we did everything we could since the last episode.
Yep.
We won all 3 games.
And I had probably one of the
So-
worst hot takes ever. Matt
Oh,
Benoit,
yeah.
30. Didn't even take a shot till, like, the fourth quarter.
Mine was pretty close, right? No.
No, I don't think Kuzma...
Okay, let's get into that.
Yeah.
Of course, we were undermanned, but we did squeak out the win against the Rockets, 124 to 122. THT, we talked about he was going to have a big game.
Mhm.
23, 10 and 2. KCP 10 and 1. Drummond 20 and 10. Keith 14 and 4. Kuzma 19, 10 and 7. Triple double watch. Trez had 16. Your boy McKinney had 10
Beautiful.
and 5. And your other guy, Macklemore, came up 23 points short, unfortunately. And he had 7.
Brutal.
On the Rockets side, Kelly Olynyk almost killed us. Kenya Martin Jr. had 20 and 10. And Armani Books had 24. So what did you take? I mean, there's obviously both teams B teams.
Yeah, we didn't have... There was Caruso was out too, right? And
Yeah.
Schroeder. Yeah, Caruso, Schroeder, LeBron, and AD. Like, that's... that's, like... Or literally, like, probably the 4 most important players on the team, I would think.
Yeah.
Just because Caruso's, like, he makes such a difference. So that's... I mean, you gotta look at that. But the Rockets are terrible. I'm very thankful we got that win. We almost lost that game. Kuzma, your boy, had a nice finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I do really want to touch on THT this game. I saw someone step up, and that was THT.
Yeah.
He knew he needed to, and he did. I think people need to calm down with the turnovers thing. I mean, listen, it's not that it's not valid to bring it up, because yeah, it does give me concerns in the playoffs. He could really hurt us if he's turning the ball over. But I'm just talking about, like, individually, like, we need to understand, like, it's okay. Like, it's expected with him, right? Now, come playoff time, he needs to really, like, his number one focus should be, let me take care of the basketball and let me take good shots. That's it. Like, that's what he needs to focus on. But, like, it's the regular seasons. It's okay. Like, this game even, like, it's fine. He was playing aggressive. We needed that. Whenever, with everyone back now, he's not going to need to have that big of a role. He's not going to have the ball as much. He's still our primary ball handler off the bench. But there's just, like, people, like, are very, like, hard on him, dude. Like, online, like, people rag on him, man. When he makes one mistake, it's like, can you calm down, dude? Like, you know how hard it is? I don't think people understand how difficult, like, it is in his position. Especially for the Lakers. Like, LeBron's window, like, this is it. Like, for him to have that big of a role at 20 years old, like, people just don't understand that type of pressure. And he's done he's exceeded expectations. So I just really want to say this game was another step forward. He made so many great plays all around. Kuzma, I think, took control. He realized, like, okay, I'm better than everyone on the Houston's roster. Like, let me just take over. And I expect that. I mean, I expect that. I'm sorry. He is. Dude, that roster is terrible. Like, so it was nice to see him kind of step up at the end. A lot of times he just grabbed the ball and said, I'm taking this. That's what we needed. We squeaked it out, and that's all that really matters. It was kind of an ugly game. There's a lot of breakdowns on both sides of the ball, a lot of turnovers, kind of sloppiness. Kind of happens when two B teams are playing. So, but I was pleased that we were able to find a way to win. That's the most important thing. And again, it's another step forward with our development of this bench, basically.
Yeah. I was listening to what you said about THT, and I thought it's good to say, okay, now if he's going to put up 23 and 10, it's probably going to come with turnovers because he's just being ultra aggressive. And like you said, I think in the playoffs, with his role dwindled down a little bit, just focus on taking care of the basketball.
Yep.
Now, still be aggressive when you're in and you're playing, but at the same time, this is the big leagues. I mean, I know you said he's young, but how are you going to get better if you're not... How are you going to take that next step if it's not in the playoffs, you know? He's got it's now or never. So I'm really looking forward to, especially like in the play-in game, you know, he's going to have Steph on him for a little bit or whatever. Steph is he's a pesky defender.
Yeah, and I'm glad he got a little run last year in the bubble. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but that Houston series, he got a little run. That was nice, just to at least have him, like, get a taste. I've noticed, though, like, when he played, like, the Knicks, like, there's a lot of games where, like, when he gets that pressure really close to him, when he has good defenders on him, he does struggle a little bit. And that's, again, that's playoffs. Every game is going to be like that. So... Like you said, it's go time. Like, this is, you need to be your best. You need to be at your best, right? And that's what we're going to be looking for from him. Because we do need him. Like, we need another ball handler off the bench. Like, it's just, he's filling a role that we need. And you are right. No matter how young he is, like, he's going to have to step up. I just think it's unrealistic to expect him to be as good as the veterans are, you know, like, it's just unrealistic.
I think I'm more speaking to, like, turnover wise, like,
at
a certain point it becomes inexcusable, you know. Like, there's very few players you can look at in the league still today, maybe like Westbrook, that are like
Schroeder.
Good players that just
still turns it over. No, but I'm just kidding.
But his turnovers are like careless, and THT's is more like just out of control, like attacking. He's got to, work on his just jump stops, Right. But yeah, I mean, it's a win's a win in this situation, especially. Like, I'm not complaining.
Just win and get out of there. And I think they knew that too, and that was. So I don't really have any issues with this game. It was just kind of a sloppy one all around. but kind of expected. I would have liked a little foot on the gas a little more, maybe, to kind of pull away. They kept creeping. We kept letting them back in, kind of being lazy. I would have liked a little more effort on that part, but all in all, got the win. Get out of there. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Saturday, after a 2 days break, surprised me. I didn't know the time. I kept saying this 2 podcasts ago. I said, what time are they playing? I'm going to get food on Saturday morning, and I checked my phone, and it's the second quarter, and it's 10:30 in the morning.
You didn't know?
I'm like,
dude, I think I texted you. Didn't I know? Oh, shit.
No, I asked you. I said, the Lakers are playing right now? And you're like, oh, yeah. All right. Well, so I tuned in late second quarter, but we got that win against the Pacers in Indiana, 122-115. Return of AD and LeBron, 28-10 for Anthony Davis. LeBron played really well for under 30 minutes. Played 24, 8 and 7. Drummond had 11 and 15. KCP 13. Schroeder 14. THT 11. Kuzma 6. Harold 9 and 9.
Like, is he? What was his?
Dude, that's what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I think he only took like 3 shots that game.
See,
but
isn't that weird? Like, what? Why? Why is he only getting 3 shots in this game?
About last week is as soon as those guys come back in, he doesn't know what his role is.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have 1 and 2 are you're like 1 or 2 when they're hurt, and then when you come back, you're at least 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that automatically like messes with his confidence a little bit, and then it's like, okay, maybe I have to not rush it when I get the ball or whatever it is. But he took 4 shots, Max.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just very strange, and like, you're right. He kind of like just goes into a corner when like the guys come back, and it's almost too much of him being like, "Let me be a role player," and it's like, I just feel like his scoring ability, like, we could use more. I think it's like we all understand like Kuzma's like gone into a different role this year. Like, it's very obvious, right? Like, he's rebounding, defense, like kind of more of that type of role, and hit the occasional 3. But I feel like we've gone too far. Like, he's fell into that role a little too deep. Like, I want a little more of the Kuzma in the Rockets game. I mean, it doesn't have to be he's taking every shot. I mean, yeah, when he's on the floor, like, especially with LeBron or AD, like, they're our primary. Like, we want to make sure that they're getting the majority of the looks, but it's like, I feel like I never, like, this piece of, like, I never see, like, him just ISO someone. Like,
yeah.
He has a good post game. Like, where is that? Is that a Vogel thing, or is that just him? Like,
I think it's just, first of all, just looking at the stats here, so the Knicks game was without LeBron, right?
Yeah.
He shot 17 times. Houston, he shot 12 times. Saturday against the Pacers, he shot 4 times. And then against the Pelicans, he shot 5 times.
Yeah, I don't like
which
that.
Which is crazy.
It's very all over the place. And it's almost like, okay, what is his role now? Like, is it...
Yeah, he's not doing that same rebounding thing he did before.
Yeah, like, I'm not really understanding what they're trying to do with him or what he's doing. Like, it's very strange. But I mean, I guess let's see in this play-on game. Let's watch him more closely this game and kind of see if there's ever anything run for him. I just feel like there isn't. Just occasionally, why not give him an ISO? Like, let him post if he has a small defender on him, give him the ball. Like, I don't know. It's very strange. And he's coming off the bench too. I think he should have a shot
target.
Like,
yeah. I think he should have a shot target. You know how some players have like minimum, like coaches will be like, you have to take 10 shots or something, or like, we want you to take at least 10.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's where he should be, is like at least 10 to 12, like, because every time he's taken over 10 shots, for the most part, he's done pretty well. It's like his scoring comes in like confidence, it's like If he's scoring a lot, he'll take a lot of shots. And then some days he just goes 2 for 4, and it's like,
that's so
okay,
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, this game, I think LeBron, just to kind of touch on LeBron, because this is, he's come back from an injury. I was watching him closely. Definitely coasting through these games. Definitely playing about 70%. Kind of just like cruising. You can tell he's not playing as hard as he would in the playoffs. Like, there was even a loose ball. I don't know if it was in this game or the game yesterday. I can't remember. I think maybe yesterday, but like he just didn't dive. Which is fine. Like, don't do that. Please don't. Like, there's just no reason, dude. Like, that's for the playoffs. Like, that's not for a regular season game. Like, it's just ridiculous. So, he's cruising. I think he's okay. He tweaked his ankle a little more, but I from what I've heard, I think he was completely fine. It was a little, just kind of like little discomfort, but he's completely fine. But it's just nice to see him back out there. You can just see how the offense, we have such better offense when he's out there. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I hope it just carries over into the playoffs.
Yeah. Your boy LeVert had 28 and 12.
He's so
good. It's good to see him back.
Yeah.
Jakar Sampson had 20. He was killing us for a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we got it done. Yeah, not much else to say.
They're just trying to figure out things. Like, that starting lineup, like, they look fine, but you can tell they're still kind of trying to figure, like, with Drummond, like, I think they're just, like, you see him talking a lot, so I wouldn't, Laker fans out there, I wouldn't look into this game, like, too deep. I know we're all, obviously, probably now at this point into the plan, but just kind of recapping, don't overthink it. They'll be ready to go on Wednesday. They'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't mess around, especially with the play-in. We're not taking anything lightly. But then on Sunday, at first I think like the first quarter was like, this might be an important game, but as soon as the Blazers game started going, it's like, okay, the Nuggets they're tanking.
He's stupid.
So I was a little concerned about people playing after, like, they must have someone on the score, like, on the bench, like, hey, we don't have to play anymore.
So stupid, dude. The fourth quarter, LeBron AD should not have played. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no... I mean, dude. That game was over. The Trailblazers game was over. They won by 30 or whatever.
20-something. Yeah, a blowout. And then, but another thing, the Nuggets pulled their players. So second half, they didn't even have their starters. So we should not have played I get trying to build chemistry. For 3 quarters is enough. We don't need a fourth quarter. Yeah. Give them that extra rest for the plan. So that bothered me a lot, actually, because AD also got kind of banged up at one point. Just stop, dude. Like, that's it. They're getting enough of the, like, it's okay. 3 quarters is enough. You don't need that extra quarter. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that drove me insane. And then LeBron obviously tweaks his ankle. I'm like, dude, that's on you, Vogel, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much kind of steamrolled the Pelicans. They didn't play anyone.
Yeah, we cruised through this game. Again, everyone was kind of playing like 70-80%, and we still beat them. That's how depleted the Pelicans are. So, not a lot to really take from this. But my biggest thing is I hope those starters, there were some good things I saw on offense, and it was really nice to see. And I just hope that carries over. Because those starters haven't played a lot together with Drummond, so that's the one.
I think these last 2 games, Drummond's been playing really well. Like, his effort.
Yeah. 100%.
Rebounds. It just seems like his floor or his court awareness, like the spacing. He's getting like a lot of open dunks and like easy rebound tips and stuff like that. So I think he's getting more comfortable at the perfect time.
Yeah, he just needs to make some of those. Like, I don't even notice he misses some easy ones. I'm like, come on, man, just finish the ball, dude.
Well, what game was it? I think it was the Pacers. His touch was nice in that game. Maybe
he has a good touch, but sometimes he doesn't. I don't know, it's weird.
But
but he had some nice blocks too. I was pretty stoked about.
Yeah, he's definitely a nice asset, especially late in the season like this.
And he's smart enough, like he's been in the league enough to where he can like fit in with AD and LeBron. Like I feel like, and they have a good relationship. Like I see him talking all the time. Like I think he's just experienced enough just in the NBA in general to just fit in. Like it's taken him a little time, but I think he's starting to just kind of understand the offense and his role. So I think he'll be fine.
I can't believe he's only 27.
I know, dude. He's so young.
Seems like he's
80s
been there for wild.
I think that's why they might want to sign him this offseason to try to keep him with AD. I mean, I think this will be his audition if Pelinka's going to, you know, how it works this playoffs. But
do we want to do like a Eastern Conference preview before the break, or
yeah, why don't we do Eastern
10
Conference
minutes.
predictions for 10 minutes and then we'll come back with the fun stuff.
Right. So let's take a peek. We have Celtic. This is tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. 3:30.
Celtics Wizards at 3:30 or whatever game's first.
No. That's the later game, I think, and then the
Pacers and Hornets.
Yeah.
Dude, I think. Can I be honest with you? I think it's gonna be Wizards and Hornets that make it out.
I think so
of
too.
Tomorrow.
Gordon Hayward's not playing though, but I don't think that hurts them that much. I think they're a fun team, dude. I'm cheering for the Hornets. Honestly, I'm cheering for them in the East to come out of the East
as the number.
I'm
finals.
not saying I'm cheering. I'm cheering for them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to. I want them to. That would be an insane, dude. LaMelo just goes out of his mind.
I think he's gonna go crazy tomorrow night and have like 35 or something.
I can't wait for that. Dude, I'm excited for the. I mean, that's the cool thing about the play-in. Like, yeah, we were kind of ragging on it, but it is kind of exciting.
Yeah, no, it is. I like the Wizards too, dude. No Jaylen Brown for the Celtics.
That is gonna be an interesting one. So we're both taking the Hornets, right? We decided on that. Okay.
Yeah.
The Celtics one's a weird game. I mean, you know what? I'm going to take the Celtics. And the reason being, I know Jaylen Brown's out. I get that. Bradley Beal, I read a report today. He said he's not nearly 100%, and he's not going to be tomorrow. He said, I'm going into this game not 100%, basically. I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good. They need him, dude. Like, as good as Westbrook's been playing, like, he's been playing out of his mind this year, give him props, triple-doubles, whatever. They need Beal to be Beal. And I don't know, I think Brad Stevens is gonna have a good game plan. As bad of a season he's had, I think he also has experience, and he knows that Beal's not 100%. Unless Beal comes out and he looks like Beal and he's just, like, on fire, I could see the Wizards winning. But I don't know. I think everyone's kind of picking the Wizards, and I'm like, you know what? Celtics still got some players. Got some guys.
Yeah.
Tatum can go off.
They've got the experience, too. That's for sure.
I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm like of the similar opinion as you, but I don't think Bradley Beal is as hurt as we think he is.
Could be. Maybe he's just saying that too to like.
Right, and even if he is hurt, I mean, this would be his first playoff appearance in a long time, since with John Wall, like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, when he was younger, he did. Yeah, a long time ago.
So. And after what he's been through this season in the past couple of years, he's going to come out.
Yeah, his heart's going to be
40.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
40? I don't know, man. Is he that? It seems like he's a hamstring, isn't it? Like, that's a tough injury to play through.
He's not going to let him lose. I'm
They'll
calling it
shoot
right
him
now.
with cortisone, numb him up.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Westbrook's going to be pumped. I think he's going to have a monster game. I can see Westbrook just coming out pumped.
Yeah, it's going to just be them two, honestly. And then, Alex Len cleaning up the rebounds.
Exactly.
But we still have 5 minutes. I just want to get some quick, just rapid fire if you have, any quick predictions. So, I mean, I'm assuming you would pick the Sixers and the Nets to play whoever comes out of the play-in.
They're both winning. Yeah, so we can skip through that. That's not even worth talking about. They're just way better teams. It's not even close.
Yeah. And then your Heat would play the Bucks.
I was thinking about this today.
Oladipo. Oh, no,
they're my sleeper team. Yeah, dude, Oladipo. I picked the Heat as my sleeper team thinking that Oladipo was coming back, and I really like that addition to their team. I think he kind of fits their culture, but without him and playing the Bucks, I just don't like it. I think the Bucks have a lot to prove this year. I think Giannis does, and especially what happened last year, I think they're gonna refuse to lose that series. Like I don't think the Bucks. Like, Giannis will not let the Heat win. Like, he will absolutely destroy them. I know they had a good game plan. They executed well, and they did really well last year in the bubble, and everyone said the same thing. I just don't see it happening 2 years straight. That's why I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Plus, they didn't really change their team. They just, got better. So
Drew Holiday.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It seems like the Heat kind of got worse. But hey, they're a finals team, They're coming off the finals run.
You can't count them out, right? You really can't. But yeah.
Now we have kind of a surprising matchup, especially considering the past, 10 years. But Knicks and Hawks, 4-5.
That is the best first round series easily, dude.
Yeah.
That's such a good series. They're so even, I think. Honestly.
Yeah, I do too.
The Hawks
They're the
can
same
score.
Record.
Hawks have a great offense. Knicks have a great defense. It's beautiful, dude. It's going to be beautiful basketball to watch. It's going to be a physical series. Trae Young against, the young RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, Bogdanovich. Yeah, there's just a lot of individual players that could really go off. I'm really excited for that series.
Yeah, me too.
And it's a tough one to predict. And I'm taking the Hawks just because of the Knicks' inexperience. I think it's going to be a close series. I think this is a series that could go 7, and I think the Hawks are going to take it.
Yeah.
I like Trae Young. I think he's a great player. His game is a little frustrating to watch. But I do think he's a stud, and I think he's the difference maker. I think him and Randall might kind of cancel themselves out, and the Hawks just have a lot of firepower on offense.
Yeah.
Bogdanovich, dude, that guy's an absolute pure scorer, dude. Pure scorer.
Yeah.
He can light you up. So I don't know. I really like what they've done there after they fired the Hawks, their coach. Is it Nate McMillan? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the intern coach.
I think so.
But he's done a great job with that team. So I'm taking the Hawks. How about you?
I don't know. I think the Knicks have more steam.
Okay.
I think they're so excited to be in the playoffs that I think Randall's just going to carry them through the series. I'm talking 40 and 18 every single game.
Oh,
Watch, the first game he's going to have 40 and 18.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
calling it right now.
I don't know, dude. John Collins can get him a little...
It's not big enough.
How tall is John Collins?
They're probably relatively the same height, but Julius Randle probably has
Girthy?
40 pounds on him.
Girthy?
Yeah, he's just a freight train.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see Randall going. I think he doesn't have any playoff experience, dude. It's just different. There's a lot of pressure on him, dude. I think it's gonna. I could see him trying to do too much.
Yeah, the fourth quarter of that Lakers.
Yeah, I could see that. And I think that could be what's going to hurt them down the stretch of a couple games. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be close. I'm not saying the Hawks are going to breeze through, but I think it's going to be close.
Well, we have to go to halftime right now, but I got 2 words for you. D. Rose.
Ooh.
Watch out for him.
Okay. I like it.
He has playoff experience.
True.
Okay, guys. We'll be right back after the break. Bye. Okay, folks, welcome back to the second half, third quarter of the Lakers Lens podcast. Guys, we're in the in the play-in games.
We hope to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Like I said in the first half, I don't love it, but here we are. We are playing the Warriors. Now, the Warriors are an interesting team. I'd rather play the Grizzlies or the Spurs. That's for sure. But Steph, you better believe that Steph is going to come out and score at least 40. There's no way he doesn't take like 30 shots.
Yeah, he's going to will that team. But Lakers know that. Well, I mean,
right.
It's easy to say every team knows that. But
yeah,
they still do.
Everything else, else is 100% Lakers.
Yep.
So it's a question of, is Curry in a do or die situation enough to beat all of our players? I don't know if that's possible.
I don't think it's possible. I have so many friends at work that are Warriors fans, and I've been talking so much trash with them, dude. If the Lakers lose this, dude, I've literally been this morning I was like, or someone was saying something about Curry or how the Warriors, how great, like he willed them to like the 8th seed or whatever, and I was like, man, all to just lose to the Lakers in the play. Like that, I've just been ripping him, dude, and I am gonna be so screwed, dude. It's one of those situations. But anyways, I wanted to first touch before we get into that. How about we haven't even talked about it, and I'm sure it was a big topic around the league about how teams were intentionally dodging the Lakers by losing. We kind of talked about the Nuggets game, but doesn't that kind of suck? I hate that about the NBA, dude. Is there a way to fix that, or
I mean, you can't really prove it, can you?
Yeah, but it's how stupid was it? The Nuggets are literally scared to play the Lakers, dude. And same with the Clippers. The Clippers intentionally lost games, dude. I just wanted to touch on that. I think that's so hilarious.
Well, they're just going to have to play us in the next round, so...
I know. I hope we kill everyone.
They better be prepared. Dude,
What?
I'm just thinking about the Warriors, man. They scare me.
Really?
They scare me.
It's going to
take... You know what it's going to take is one other guy. It's going to take, Wiggins.
Dude, okay. So every time we've played them this year, we've handled them pretty easily. Now, probably everyone at home listening is like, oh, how about the game on Martin Luther King Day? Okay. That game was ridiculous. That was the dumbest game I've... Dude, we destroyed that team in 3 quarters. And just absolutely whiffed the 4th quarter, dude. No, you want to talk about a team that just got overconfident and was like, we got this, we can play 40% the rest of, that was the Lakers. They were not going after any loose ball, and that's why they won. Give it to them, dude. Who cares? It happens in the NBA. The Lakers were destroying them, dude. I remember that game inside. I mean, we had so many pain points. I'm telling you, dude, I get why you're scared. I get Curry. He's a terrifying player to play against because he can just absolutely light you up, right? That's just... And he's playing one of the best years of his career. Maybe the best. Could be MVP. It doesn't matter. You know why?
Yeah.
Because Draymond Green is too short to guard Anthony Davis. Kevin Looney's too slow. Anthony Davis will pound them inside. Drummond, those two guys will... First of all, we're getting every rebound. And we are going to punish them inside. And our guys just have to hit the shots when we kick it back out to them. That's it, man. And I'm telling you, it's an easy recipe. Beat them inside. They're not that good. Our bench is way better than their bench. Just look at the Warriors bench, look at our bench. That'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, you're right. I think the inside presence is going to be huge for us. Mm-hmm. And I think Schroeder is actually, a decent man for the job.
Defender.
On Curry.
Yeah, 100%.
He's gonna piss him off. Mm-hmm. He's gonna get some fouls. He's gonna get in his head a little bit. He might pick him up 3/4 court and just kind of mess with him.
Oh, I love it.
So hopefully that can contain him to a certain amount. And then, yeah, I guess, I mean, who's guarding Wiggins? LeBron?
Probably LeBron. I would.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's. Because can we go through the lineup? So this is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
So who's the Warriors starting?
For the
5.
So they have 8 players right now.
What?
They start Bazemore, Curry, who by the way had 46 yesterday. So Looney, Wiggins, and Draymond.
Wait, so this is interesting. So Looney and Drummond, obviously. Draymond against AD, obviously. I could see them. Oh man, it's kind of a weird. This one gets a little weird. Probably because Bazemore is pretty tall, right? He's 6'9". Is him and Wiggins the same height? I think about right.
He's only 6'5".
Oh, Bazemore?
They both Wiggins is 6'7" and Bazemore's 6'5".
Okay, then KCP is gonna guard Bazemore, and LeBron's gonna guard Wiggins. So that's what's gonna happen. Okay. I love it. I love it, dude. I think we match up fine against them. I have no issues, dude. Like LeBron can win every position. Wiggins. Yeah.
Except for point guard, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm again, and then look at who comes off the bench. Like Toscana, or is that his name? Like Damian what's his name? Damian Wilson or whatever. Like these guys,
they literally have 8 players right now.
Yeah, like there's just those guys just aren't that good. I'm sorry, like they're not.
Yeah.
Like that guy, he's a young up and coming player. Like we have THT who's better and young and up and coming. We got Caruso, we got Gasol, Trez. Yeah. You know, we got Magamore, we got West that can come in and be scrappy. Like just there's a lot of different ways. Kuzma, like it's just. We can throw so many different players and lineups and matchups against them that it's just too much. We have too much firepower. That's why I think we're gonna win this game pretty easily.
I agree with you. The only thing that's still in my head is that it's only one game.
Yeah.
If it was a series, I think we win 4-0. But it's one game. Like, something about one game against Steph.
AD gets in foul trouble or something. Yeah.
Draymond starts playing dirty, starts kicking people in the nuts. Who knows?
You know Draymond's going to come to play. He's going to mix it up.
Yeah.
So,
he's going to get a T for sure.
You can count on that. But again, that's what... Like, I'm telling you, Steve Kerr is telling Draymond, mix it up. Get in AD's head. Get in Drummond's head. Like, get in these guys' head... And from a Lakers standpoint, what Vogel needs to be saying is keep your composure. Draymond is he's going to take a cheap shot out of you. He's going to be talking in your ear all game. Block it out. Just play your game, dude. Do not let it go to your head, and you will dominate. That's it. There's nothing else. Physically, AD should be able to do that sweep hook over Draymond every single play for a basket.
Yeah.
Like every single play.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty in agreement here that we're gonna win that one, hopefully easily.
Do you think it'll be close? Would you predict?
I think maybe we come out slow, but I think in the end we win pretty handedly.
Okay.
10, maybe 12.
Okay.
Something like that.
What's your hot take for this game? Should we do our hot takes for the play-in?
Yeah, I think AD just goes off. 50. I really do. No. I'd say like mid-30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Drummond's going to have a huge game. Give me 20-20. Hot take. Give it to me.
Okay.
Vente.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. That's my
What do you think about the Grizzlies-Spurs game? Do we really care? I don't. I like the Grizzlies.
A pretty bad game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pick the Grizzlies because they're younger. They have Ja Morant.
Yeah. Don't count out DeRozan, dude.
I know. I love it. You know how I feel about DeRozan.
Yeah.
I just think the Grizzlies are kind of underrated. They're one of those teams that I mean, I guess you could say kind of like the Warriors, but not really. That like could beat the Lakers on any given night. You know what I mean? Like just like one of those like trap games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd probably rather play the Grizzlies just because Steph Curry, but I don't know. That's why I just think they're a team that can really beat anybody because they got some good players. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson's back. Let's go.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, dude. My boy. I love him, dude. I think he's so good.
That's crazy.
But he's not. He hasn't really been the same. I mean, he came back. He had a bad knee injury, so he's just coming back. But
yeah. Well, that's actually makes it easier for me to pick the Grizzlies a little bit. Mm-hmm. Well, if we can predict into the future, I think if we win, well, for sure if we win, we'll be playing the 2 seed Phoenix Suns. Flashback to 2005. We beat them pretty easily a couple weeks ago.
Yep. And who dominated that game?
Anthony Davis.
Yes, sir. I keep saying
that's your thing.
I'm sorry, I'm a broken record on this podcast, and I've said this the whole year. The key is obviously my 2 things, right? Health and making shots. But individual player-wise, Anthony Davis, nobody can guard him, dude. Like, he's a matchup nightmare. You know, and I'm telling you, guys like the Suns, the reason I feel comfortable playing them.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton's too young. He's not going to be, like, I'm sorry. I'd laugh because it's, like, laughable, dude. Like, he can't guard.
Yeah.
They don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. They don't. If we need to, we can put LeBron on Devin Booker. If it gets that point, we're done. And again, we don't want LeBron to be playing these, like, that type of role. I don't want that to happen. But we're so good that we can say, you know what? We need to win this series. Devin Booker shut us down. LeBron, lock him up. Go.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Like, that's what a luxury we have. And Schroeder and Chris Paul, I like that matchup, dude. Schroeder knows Chris Paul. They played last year. So, I don't know. I just think there's a lot of different areas. They can't stop LeBron on the other end, man. You know? So, I don't know. Mikal Bridges. Oh, dude, I can't stand that guy. His face.
Punchable face.
What do you think the keys are if we do end up playing the Suns here?
I think the plan has to be like kind of matching their all-in sort of mentality.
I like that.
Because everyone except for Booker and Chris Paul is pretty much interchangeable as far as like how good they are, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. Like, let me just list these people. Yeah. Langston Galloway, Cameron Payne, Torrey Craig, Javon Carter, Kaminsky, Crowder, Bridges. Like, they're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
But that means they're deep. They're pretty deep. It's not like these guys are great players, but they're all the same level, and there's 9 of them.
Yeah,
you know?
And they all buy in to the system that Monty Williams put in. And I think that's what makes them so good. I mean, watch them on defense. I've said this before, but, like, they're on a string. They communicate. Like, they're a very team-oriented. Like, it's not we have our 2 stars or our 3 stars like the Nets. It's like everyone is, like, so bought into whatever is asked of them. But again, like, you say those players, and it's like, on paper, like, those aren't really the most talented players. Like, I mean, compared to, like, other teams in the league, like, it's really not. But again, you got to be wary. Chris Paul, he's like another coach on the court. He's getting everyone. He's organizing everything. And then Devin Booker's a sniper, dude. That guy can kill anyone. Yeah. So they're a great team.
I think if we win the matchups that nobody's talking about, then we'll win pretty easily. If we win LeBron versus Crowder, for example, or if he guards Bridges, of course he's going to win that one. I know Chris Paul is going to step it up as far as scoring because he did that in the bubble.
He's gonna need to.
Booker, same thing. But if we can outscore at the other positions every single game, it's not going to matter what Booker and Paul do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're going to throw everyone in there. I mean, they're going to sub. They're going to play their 11th guy 20 minutes, you know. It's like we need our bench to match up with them too. Mm-hmm. We need, you know, Cameron Payne is literally a firecracker. He's on fire at all times. Not like shooting, but he's crazy. Yep. Like he could change. He could do like
shooter too. Yeah.
Right, and then he'll like the Suns will score and he'll like steal the inbounds pass.
Yeah, a guy like Caruso, like.
Yeah, but he's quicker and he's like tiny and.
Yeah. He always claps in your face. He gets so pumped.
Yeah. You got to be ready for that stuff.
Yeah, you do, and that's again, THT. That's a perfect example, dude, of what we were talking about earlier in the podcast. Like, you have to be ready. Yeah. Like, those are the types of players you're going to encounter. And I've seen him go against those types of players, and he struggles. He does. It's a little hard for him because it's... I mean, it's just tough, dude. Like, the Beverleys, like, as much as I hate him, like, those little feisty defenders are going to give THT some issues in the playoffs. And I'm a little worried. But again... You have to come ready to... You have to watch the tape. You have to watch the film. How does this guy defend? How does Cameron Payne defend? What are the things he likes to do? It's so important. That's when coaching... You know, and I trust the coaching staff. I trust LeBron, AD, the veterans, the guys that have been here.
Yeah.
Dudley. Like, all those guys to work with THT and get him ready to play... Because that's a perfect example of a matchup that is he's gonna need to not necessarily win, but hold his own against.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to play a lot of FanDuel, and I would play Cameron Payne all the time because he was so cheap because he doesn't play that many minutes.
Yeah.
But he can come in, dude, and just score like 15 points in like 6 minutes.
Totally.
And you're like, okay, well, we need to be ready for that. But on every other aspect, like Saric, Ayton,
Saric
Kaminsky
last time, or I don't know, a couple times ago we played him, man.
Yeah,
guy always goes off against us, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think just pure. You know what? I feel like Saric might guard. If he's not going to start.
No, Ayton will start. Yeah, Saric usually comes. Well, is he starting at the 4? What's their starting lineup? Do you have that?
Well, I think last game. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Bridge. It's Chris Paul, Booker.
I think Ayton's
Bridges.
hurt right now.
He is, but I'm pretty sure he'll be ready for playoffs. I think.
Yeah, so they're starting right now. They're starting Paul, Booker, Crowder, Bridges, and Saric.
Oh, okay. So then, Saric comes off the bench and that makes sense because Harrell usually plays against the Suns because of that.
Yeah, I feel like Saric matches up better with AD for some reason than Ayton.
You know what? They might have to make a change there because who's going to guard Drummond for them?
Yeah.
Crowder?
It would have to be...
Destroy him. Yeah, they might have to start Saric. Or the Lakers mix. I don't know. Again, it's going to be very interesting. Some of these matchups are like... You don't really know what the coaches are going to do.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings my next point that I want to talk about. Like, okay, starting with the Warriors game, because that's what's coming up next. Is Harrell gonna play? Is Gasol gonna play? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? I wanna ask you this.
Well, I think first of all, neither of them. It turned into neither of them playing as much instead of just Harrell when Drummond showed up.
Yeah, it's just now it's like what it seems like Vogel's doing is whatever the matchup calls for, that person plays, and then the other person doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is just bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I
think the Suns matchup favors Gasol a little bit more. Because Ayton can stretch the floor, right? He can't really shoot from out there, but he plays at the top of the key a lot.
But Aiton's gonna come out though, so it's gonna be Saric and
Kaminsky.
So I don't know. I think Harrell's gonna play this series. I think we'll see more of Harrell. Let's at least say more of, because I don't know if they're both gonna play. I don't know, but
Harrell loves the playoffs too. I mean, he did well when he came back to the bubble.
Not really. He didn't do that well.
I feel like he did.
Nah, dude. He was dealing with his grandma's death, and that's why he kind of got ripped.
Yeah,
Everyone
true.
was like, he didn't play defense or whatever.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I just want to, dude, just give him the chance, man. I don't know. I want Harrell to play, dude. He's got so much talent. Like, he can make such a difference when he's on the court. Like, he can just, like, get us a spark that we need. Like, I've seen games where it's like everyone's standing around, no one looks like they want to be there, but Harrell brings in energy and it changes the whole game. Like,
yeah.
Gasol's more finesse, right? He's more finesse, and he's gonna, make the right play, make some nice passes, which is good, and stretch the floor. But it's like, that's why I think they're both valuable. Like, I don't understand why you can't play them both. Like, it just just bench Keith, dude. The guy's doing terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that might be a fair point.
Yeah.
So what's your series prediction?
So, man, I haven't even thought of what it was until now. I've thought of the matchup. I'm gonna go Lakers in 5. I'm gonna be confident in this series. I'm gonna say that playing game's gonna give us a little boost. And I think people will disagree with me and think it'll be a little closer just because the Suns, the season they've had. I don't care. Like we kind of touched on, I think Anthony Davis is dangerous. He could have a huge series. And I think we're going to come out pumped. I think you're going to see this team take the next step. I feel like this season's been kind of a coast. The first podcast we had, I remember us talking about how the Lakers were coasting through games. It's been a theme the whole year. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not something you want to do, but the reality of the situation is this was a weird year. We won and we had the shortest offseason ever. Like, people need to realize that. They knew that. And they coasted in certain games. And I just think they're going to take it up another gear. And that's why I'm saying in 5. I'm confident, man. I think this team's so talented, so deep. And that's what it comes down to.
I think we lose one more.
That's fair.
I think one of them's going to be Chris Paul and one of them's going to be Devin Booker.
Okay.
You're going to see, each of them take over in one game, and then we're going to win 4 either in between or the first 2. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 6. Got to give the Suns a little bit more credit than you, I think. Because no matter what, 51 and 21 is pretty impressive. Like, that doesn't just come out of thin air,
Yeah.
So I think 6, but of course we're going to be covering every game as it happens. So
sure.
We have about 5-6 minutes left. I wanted to get your quick takes.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think too much to talk about. Jazz Warriors.
No,
wait. They
Jazz
wouldn't be
Warriors.
the 8 seed. Either doesn't matter. I mean, Grizzlies, Spurs.
Oh, yeah. I guess we just don't know it yet. They could really be. I think the Grizzlies want a rematch. So, let's just say Warriors. Should we just assume? Okay, let's just.
No.
Oh.
No, sorry, for the 8 seed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so you're saying the plan?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Warriors, Grizzlies, Spurs for the 8
so let's
seed.
say, I'll just say Warriors will win and go into the 8 seed,
Yeah.
and they'll play the Jazz. I think they'll get swept in 4 games.
Okay.
Just not enough.
And then
not enough.
I actually like this series a lot. Not like I feel bad for Jamal Murray, but I think the Nuggets Trailblazers series gets more interesting for sure.
It does. One really quick thing. I know we're almost out of time. Only if Mitchell is healthy. I don't know I know he's coming back for the playoffs. If he's misses games or something, or is not 100%, I don't know. That might change for me. But right now, if he's healthy, he comes back. They have too much. Okay. And then talking about the Blazers game, that is an interesting series, dude. Oh my god, you go first. I don't know, man.
You just can't count
It's a weird
Dame
one.
out of the first round.
Nope.
Very often.
I'm gonna say the Blazers.
Nope.
Sorry to cut in here. I'm saying the Blazers. How about you?
Now understand this though. Jokic is gonna destroy the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
He's going to murder them, dude. The Blazers are the worst defensive team.
I know. AD killed him too in the bubble.
Right.
Yeah.
So but I don't think the guards can handle it. McCollum is doing anything. You get Melo starts to get hot.
They're hot right now too, dude. Remember, like they're playing really good right now.
Yeah.
They're pumped.
No, I take the Blazers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Blazers. I think Lillard has like. I just think he's pissed. I think he's so frustrated with the hate he's gotten. Yeah, so I'm taking the Blazers.
Yeah. Me too. I like the 2-7, 3-6 upsets. Well, I guess we're not really an upset, but on paper we are. And then one of my favorite rematches from last year, Clippers-Mavericks. You think the Mavs have enough for revenge?
They don't, man. They don't. I think. I think the Clippers are too good. I know the Clippers haven't really been playing the best, but again, I think they, in ways, like especially Kawhi, specifically, they've coasted a little bit. I think he's going to turn it up in the playoffs, and Clippers are. I don't know, man. Clippers sometimes just fall apart, though. That's the thing with the Clippers. They can definitely fall apart, but I'm taking the Clippers. Man, I'm between 5 or 6. What do you think?
First of all, what about the Blazers? How many games? 7?
I'm going the Blazers in 6.
Okay.
I think they're gonna.
I think it'll be
well.
7.
7?
Go Blazers 7. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like
It's
that
tough,
bubble series
dude.
for the Mavs was so soon, or so recent, and Luka, he knows he was hurt, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He knows exactly what he did wrong, and what he needs to do.
The Mavs are just like, I mean, they play well sometimes, but dude, Porzingis is like just not like.
Yeah, he's not the same.
He's not, dude. Like, I mean. Oh man, you know what? I'll give him 6. I'll say Clippers in 6. I think there'll be a game that Luka just takes over. Just single-handedly, like, hits, like, 3 threes or, like, just goes off. I don't know, man. It just, the Mavs don't...
They don't do it for you?
They don't do it for me. I really don't. Like, I think the Blazers are more hot than the Mavs are.
Yeah.
And I know they
don't-
played well at the end of the season, but...
Yeah.
Give me Lillard
Yeah,
and McCollum.
I agree that the Mavs are not super hot, but I just love the revenge
No,
series.
yeah.
I don't know why.
For sure.
God, I gotta go Clippers though. I gotta go Clippers.
Yeah. How many?
You can't really bet on Kawhi. I think 7.
Man, so you got a lot of 7-game series here.
It's gonna be a brutal series. Like, people are gonna get hurt and then come back in the end of the series and stuff. Like, Porzingis is gonna sit out a game.
Yeah,
Luka's
like
gonna get
what?
hurt for a game.
Yeah.
It's
Some
gonna be the same
technicals,
as last
maybe.
year.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But that's kind of what's shaping up. And then I don't want to look too far in the future, but that would see the Lakers playing the winner of the Portland and Denver, which I like better than the other ones.
Yep.
So we'll get to that when it happens. We have 45 seconds. Max, plug the Twitter.
Follow
and
us
Spotify,
at
whatever.
Lens Lakers on Twitter.
Yep.
Please give us a follow. Please tweet us, interact with us. Instagram at
Lakers Lens Podcast, YouTube Lakers Lens Podcast, Spotify Lakers Lens Podcast. We have 20 seconds. Go Lakers.
Let's get this,
Need a
man.
good night's sleep tonight
Yep.
and tomorrow
Yep.
for our best players. Eat up. No YouTube videos, Schroeder. Please.
And ice the ankle. Braun.
All right.
And that's
See
it.
you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.